Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Wissahickon High School for a Philadelphia Catholic League battle. Today, it's LaSalle College High School, the Explorers, against the Crusaders of Father Judge. Let's bring you now inside the broadcast booth, high above here. On top of the press box, we have Oliver Gomez to my left. To my right, Bruce Badgley and Alex Shevchuk. Guys, thrilled to have you alongside. Let's go with you first, Oliver. A LaSalle program that is 2 wins away from a Catholic League Red Division title for the first time since 2021. How did they get here?
Yeah, they just had a great season so far. They've had a lot of position changes. The junior class has been as advertised, been fantastic. The connections on offense and defense has been great. They're staying tough in big games. The game against the Prep, keeping themselves in, keeping themselves hanging with one of the best teams in the state, and just blowing the teams out of the water that they needed to. Everything's been working for them. Everyone's been stepping up, and it's all come together so far for the Explorers.
And Bruce Badgley now to my right, out here broadcasting LaSalle for the first time this year. You're a man that knows high school football as well as anybody, coming from District 3 territory, but there's something about this LaSalle team that's really interested you this year and makes you come out here to broadcast this game. What is it?
Well, the addition of Brett Gordon as head coach, he's done an incredible job of, having a team focused on every aspect of the game. You can see that, from afar. We actually had him on our Fresh Set of Downs podcast, the first week of the year, and you could just feel the confidence. And I think that confidence that Brett has brought to this team has just really permeated every aspect of how they're playing football.
And Alex Shevchuk is with us as well, LaSalle senior. In your 4 years here, certainly what they did in 2021 was terrific, but I think sustainability is the word here. This is a group of juniors that has done this and is in a position where in 4 short weeks they're going to play St. Joe's Prep again. They have 2 big games here, Father Judge and Roman Catholic, to get there, but what have you seen as the difference?
Bob, these juniors and just naming some big ones, Joey O'Brien, Gavin Sedward, JB Oates, and etc. They all come in together. They've been together since freshmen, working together, staying linked together, building relationships on and off the field, and as well in the classroom performing. And this is kind of LaSalle's mission statement that we see here. And it's just the athletes performing academically as well as athletically through LaSalle and building a brotherhood.
We'll take a quick break here. Father Judge comes on the other end looking to play spoiler here today. They've played some tough games throughout the course of the year. Haven't gotten over the top against fellow PCL Red Division opponents. Stay with us, and kickoff is next.
Oh God, you so inspire John Baptist of LaSalle.
Show you a better way to spend your state income taxes and get the money to where it's needed to most to the thousands of qualified kids.
What we like about Blocks is they really know where the need is.
This program ensures that their dollars come 100% into these kids for their tuition assistance.
If you are able, Blocks makes the EITC piece go very quickly and very smoothly.
Turn your PA State tax liability into need-based scholarships and receive a 90% tax credit.
Dunphy Ford is Mayfair's neighborhood Ford store.
Nobody knows your neighborhood like Dunphy Ford.
Nearly 40 years.
Right here on Frankfort Avenue.
Generation after generation. Our neighbors continue to be our customers. We have access to the cars and trucks you want with financing you need.
Dunphy Ford is Northeast Philly's first choice for America's #1 brand. 7700 Frankfort Avenue in Mayfair. Online at www.dunphyford.com.
Come experience the Dunphy difference. You'll be glad you did.
They said it couldn't be done, but somehow CCM was able to close this home in just 21 days. Carl, how'd you pull this off?
Oh, hard work, dedication, grinding.
Were you ever worried?
Well, you know, Chloe, they pinned us in deep in the second bedroom, inspection issues, but we regrouped. Knew there was still a lot in play.
Well, I'm sure the Franklins were pleasantly surprised.
We got a good organization here. A lot to look forward to.
Good luck with the next close. And there you have it. Cross Country Mortgage is dedicated to getting it done.
About to get underway here, folks, from Wissahickon High School. It's LaSalle against Father Judge. If you joined us in the intro, thank you. If not, we have Oliver Gomez, Bruce Badgley, and Alex Shevchuk pulling the double duty today with camera and color. He was particularly excited about that, and we appreciate it. So Chris Heck, who has done a great job kicking it deep for LaSalle in the last few weeks, is going to get this started, and it's going to be very good defensive field position for LaSalle. And Father Judge will come out onto the field to meet this LaSalle defense first and foremost. We're going to see Grayson, or beg your pardon, going to see Jamel Williams out front, as well as Ryan Fandozzi. Gavin Muller is the outside, the other defensive end. Have Christian Peterman in the linebacking core, along with Dylan Clare and Jack Luthi. Also, Cooper Heilig will get the start, number 43. Jimmy Dolan is the secondary. You're going to have Trey Hopkins get the start on the outside as well. Hawkins has been so good, and a double reverse here. Nicely done by Father Judge. Got the ball into the hands of Gavin Hutz, the junior. And a nice start for Father Judge.
You know, I like that aspect. I was going to just bring up the fact that I thought that Frank McCardle was going to have to go to the bottom of the playbook today and use, you know, this speed and aggressive nature of the LaSalle defense against him, and with some misdirection and plays like that.
That's a gain of 11. Move the sticks on first down. Rolling to the right and flicking to the outside. A good throw there by Jackson Zedek, the freshman, and he found Christian Hay, the senior.
And again, working away from that LaSalle defense there by rolling the quarterback out, getting him away from, you know, contain and those linemen to a nice completion.
And that time, Oliver, LaSalle backs up in that zone coverage. So good job by Judge to find the pocket.
Yeah, they're going to have to play quick today, pick up their yards. Can't afford many mistakes on this LaSalle defense, but a good start of this drive.
Zedek has a really good pocket and flings it to the outside. A nice sliding catch made on the play, and that's going to get them a couple yards closer to the line to gain.
Yeah,
Get another look here.
Just trying to feel out what kind of defense LaSalle's going to play. High percentage play, you know, passes here, followed by that, you know, double reverse. Good start.
So after the Nick Lilly catch, gain of 3, it's 3rd down and 2. Need to get to the 41 for a first down. Got rid of the football just in time. It's incomplete, sure, but bearing down on the play for the LaSalle Explorers, Keenan Stahl, who's done an excellent job this year.
Well, that's exactly why you want to roll the quarterback out. When he's in the pocket like that, he's really kind of a sitting duck with that LaSalle defensive line as strong as it is.
And I say get rid of the football there, Alex. Yeah, it's incomplete, sure, but if he waited a half second, that's a fumble, and LaSalle's going the other way. A fake punt, not even close. LaSalle was ready for it. Ryan Fandozzi made first contact.
Well, that's what I talked about, Frank McCardle going to the bottom of the playbook. That one didn't work out that time, but that's something that LaSalle's just going to have to keep in their mind, that, you know, Judges out here playing with nothing to lose, and sometimes those are the most dangerous teams.
Yeah, I agree. This LaSalle team has been so good, like you said in the open, Bob, just Judge looking to spoil. And why not? It's your first drive of the game. You're going to need to put some pressure on this LaSalle defense. Why not go to the playbook? But doesn't work out there.
And LaSalle with a lot of motion here. They're going to go with a 4 wide out set. J.P. Oates, the man in motion. That's a forward pass. And Oates gets to the edge. First down, gain of 13 yards. And those scripted drives, those first drives there, Alex, you see a really nice play call.
I mean, yeah, LaSalle's right back at Judge, kind of giving that short pass to let the receiver run, and J.P. Oates just excels at that, just putting the brakes off and going down to the sideline.
Josh Simmons, a really nice block on the outside as a receiver there, sprung him.
Yeah, they'll play both running back and receiver here today. That time lined up in the backfield alongside Gavin Sidwar.
Yeah.
Now look at this. This is Des Ortiz lined up off center in the eye. Simmons the deep back, but really nice penetration on the play. You kidding me? For Father Judge, number 64 got in there, Joe Broll, the senior.
It doesn't work here, but that's something Father Judge's defense is going to have to look out for, is using Des Ortiz and Simmons in the same situations. They can both play really well in the backfield. They can both block really well, like on that last play. And you'll see them line up at wideout. So the availability for them to play in all sorts of roles with this LaSalle offense is really dangerous.
Loss of 2 on the play. Second down and 12. Sidwar with a great pocket. Takes the shot for Jimmy Dolan. Touchdown. Early start here for LaSalle. Gavin Sidwar picks it apart.
The defensive back just went for almost the interception by undercutting the route just a tad late, and the result, boy, a nice touchdown pass there.
That's Jameer Buckner trying to get in there. And it's a really good throw from Sidwar. He decides that he doesn't have a shot at the guy as Dolan's headed towards the end zone, tries to make a play at the football. But again, a perfect throw from Gavin Sidwar.
7-0 LaSalle. Chris Heck pushes it through. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
So, it's time for your business to renew your lease. Or perhaps you're right-sizing or relocating. This can be an exciting time, but it's also a major project to undertake. Hundreds of decisions to make, some of which may impact your business for the next decade. You know you need an expert on your side from start to finish. What if this expert had no conflicts of interest, no landlords to answer to, and a fiduciary responsibility to work solely in your best interest? Someone who knows the questions to ask, the levers to pull, the pitfalls to avoid. Enter the experts at Gola Corporate Real Estate. They've seen it all over the course of thousands of transactions in dozens of industries. Gola gets it. And what if those experts came with a team? Subject matter experts to manage everything that comes with this process. Space planning and design, relocation planning and budgeting, helping you manage your vendors, construction oversight, all with zero out-of-pocket.
Back to action here as Heck punches it deep, and they're going to call that an automatic touchback. Lutz had his heels inside the end zone.
And that is enormously valuable. You know, we talk about, I say on all of my Penn Live broadcasts, special teams, special teams, special teams. And, you know, for something as simple as a touchback, it means an awful lot.
And especially with how athletic some of these returners are, and especially in the PCL, the ability to just make something out of nothing, and how good the special teams have been all across the board.
9:27 to play, first quarter. A handoff to Kennedy, and right into the teeth of that LaSalle defense. LaSalle's going to have that advantage from a size standpoint on the defensive line. LaSalle just goes 3 across. Certainly Gavin Muller can fly off the edge. We've seen Fandozzi do the same thing. But, Alex, I think the difference maker is going to be a guy like Jamel Williams up the middle that can take on 2 offensive linemen.
I mean, yeah, Bob, Jamel Williams is pretty much a pretty strong force there in the defense. It takes 2 offensive linemen, and that one-on-one is just not what you want to have for Jamel Williams, because I'm telling you, he's going to get that running back.
Murphy was the man in motion. Zedek takes off, and he's going to be run out of bounds with a little guiding force from Jack Luthi.
Yeah, and again, he was stuck in the pocket there. I think for him to get any kind of time to throw the football, they're going to have to roll out Zedek there.
Yeah, there was just nothing there at the end of that play for Zedek. All the receivers, Oliver, were on the other side of the field, and that is really the advantage of the pass rush here for LaSalle.
Right,
and
we mentioned Williams taking up 2 offensive linemen, and that sets up if LaSalle wants to send a blitz. That puts a ton of pressure. You have to roll out. You have to create space, and that means Father Judge has to be able to have all parts of the field open.
Zedek takes off.
There you
Couldn't
go.
get rid of it. There's that guy again, Jamel Williams with the sack back inside the 5.
He is a man, isn't he? My, oh, my.
That time he didn't just take on 2 offensive linemen. He eluded 2 offensive linemen, Oliver.
Yeah, ever dangerous is he. We haven't been calling his name as much as we thought this year because every team is doing that. This isn't something we're just seeing right now. Every team knows his ability, knows how dangerous he is, and he's still becoming effective for this LaSalle defense even though he's being covered. He's being double-teamed every game this season.
Jimmy Dolan back deep to receive for LaSalle. Heels on the 41. It's a good-looking kick, but it's a line drive kick, which gives Dolan a time to knife to the sideline.
Ooh.
Big hit out of bounds. Physical football here at Wissahickon.
I like that message that Father Judge just sent there by that hit. Basically meaning, hey, look, we're in this thing. We may be outmanned, but we're not going to be out-hit. I like that.
And the flags stay silent, certainly. That's a good collision right at the boundary. Another sight for sore eyes, Alex Shevchuk, is seeing Joey O'Brien on the field. We didn't get a ton of updates through the week, but did know that he sat the second half against Bonner Prendergast after taking a little bit of an awkward hit on a punt return last week. And he looks no worse for wear, which is a terrific sign if you're a LaSalle football fan.
A terrific sign is definitely that, Bob. It might be something minor with his knee, but nothing bad, and we'll have him back at full force for St. Joe's Prep in a couple weeks.
Sidwar, he'll look for O'Brien. Oh. He almost brought that in. That was full extension from 6'4". That's that perfect pass, though, Oliver. It's the one where the receiver can't catch it, and if your receiver makes a heck of a play, God bless at that point.
Yeah, Gavin Sidwar, again, like you said, a really good ball. He's rolling out to his right. O'Brien's headed towards the back corner. He gives O'Brien, he's the only guy who has a chance at this football, so he does put it about where he wants to, maybe let him a little bit, but it's still a really good throw. It's something that, if you ask Joey, he'll definitely tell you should have come down with it.
You know what else was pretty good was the camera work of our man Alex Shevchuk getting all the way to the pylon.
Absolutely. You gotta give the love where the love is due, and
That's
the camera guys make these broadcasts.
And they'll go to the ground game. Josh Simmons, after a gain of 1, taken down. Closest to it, Zamir Dales, the junior linebacker for Father Judge.
You know, just a short gain on second down there. And, you know, that really helps out Father Judge. They've really got to keep the down and distance in their favor if they want to stay in this game. So 3rd and long. Let's see if they don't put some pressure from the outside on Sidwar this time.
It's 3rd and 9. Line to gain is the 10. Empty set. Sidwar flips it for Swanson. Touchdown. That's a mismatch. Tried to take on the linebacker Gavin Hutz, and Swanson finds his way to the end zone.
Yeah, sort of fakes as if he's going to sit down and then breaks back towards the end zone. Finds himself a little bit pocket. Obviously, Gavin Sidwar, we know how good he is. He's going to put it there every time. But a good route by Swanson.
Chris Heck.
Oh,
and it's blocked.
Wow.
Getting to the football, Father Judge. That's Hutz again, number 16. Did a great job to get there, so it remains 13-0. Stay with us, folks, and we'll be right back.
To you. A turnkey experience that adds real value. Value that flows right to your bottom line. Gola gets it. We've been partnering with clients like you for over 40 years, and we know what's important. Solving problems, creating flexibility, protecting and stretching your dollars. Philadelphia-based with a national presence. Get to know Gola. Gola gets it.
When your car needs repairs and you can't wait, Meineke can help. With life's crazy schedule between work and family, you'll love Meineke's same-day service. Call today and Meineke will get your car in today. For new brakes, exhaust repairs, or your check engine light comes on, trust Meineke to do the job right. And families have been coming to Meineke for years because Meineke works on any make or model.
This time Heck pitches it a little closer, and a really nice return for Father Judge. Out to the 35-yard line.
So again, I'm interested to see whether Frank McCardle keeps, going further and further into that playbook. I mean, we've seen a double reverse, we've seen a fake punt. I'd like to see. I think it's almost imperative now that they've got to roll Zedek out. He just can't sit in the pocket there and be able to deliver the football so far.
By the way, how about that block on the last play there in the special teams unit? That is going to be today's block of the game as Kennedy takes the give and has it out to the 40-yard line. So great to have blocks on board. The block of the game, where you can turn your PA tax liability into need-based scholarships to support your school and receive a 90% tax credit refund. That's blocks.org/tax credit. So congrats to Father Judge with the extra point block, the block of the game. Is that enough blocks for you, Bruce?
You know, it's not enough. I mean, we want to see more blocks. We want to talk, even though it might not be the block of the game,
that's
talking
right.
about blocks, that's a good cause.
It sure is.
And that's just something that that Father Judge just can't do. I mean, these mistakes after they've, had a good play on first down there, mistakes could really signal the death knell.
And LaSalle throughout the season has seemed to draw a lot of false starts, has seemed to draw a lot of offsides on that part of the ball, on the offensive side of the ball. They're trying to make their team make mistakes, trying to get those freebie yards. And like you said, Father Judge definitely can't afford it.
So 2nd and 10 after that yardage is stepped off. Zedek, and it's incomplete. That ball might have been tipped there.
Little alligator arms there. He thought that he was going to get hit there, Pat Murphy.
And I think Murphy was about to get hit. But a good job by LaSalle. That's a tougher ball to catch.
We got a penalty, though. There's a flag anyway in the backfield. Can't hardly see it. It was in the huddle. But it looks like we got a roughing the passer.
Okay, so they'll step off that yardage all the way to midfield.
Yep, Chris Carabello says it's roughing the passer, so we'll trust him.
If it's Chris Carabello, you know it's correct.
Yeah, great to see Chris. Such a fixture here at LaSalle. Always good to see all my friends back here, Bob.
We're thrilled to have you, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me today. So much fun to be back at LaSalle football.
Zedek, they set up the screen. It's blocked really well. And it's going to be a gain of 17 yards. Some kerfuffle after the play between Gavin Muller, and a flag comes in right at the end of it. Number 61, Robert Donahue, the sophomore lineman, was yelling at Muller after they got tied up after the play.
Well, I don't think that's going to negate the first down, but it is going to back him up 15 yards from the end of the play. So, oh, my. You just got to keep your composure. You have to believe that teams like LaSalle work on trying to bait their opponent into penalties. It is a skill, and so many of the good teams do it.
And you talked about earlier, Bruce, you can't make mistakes if you're this Father Judge team. And, generally when you're saying that, you mean, false starts, you mean offsides calls. But that, you really just can't do that. Just nothing good can come from it. It's a free 15 yards, especially after you just had a huge momentum shift of a play.
I think the thing is that the official is standing 5 feet from you as you taunt your opponent, yell at him there. Yeah, that's tough there. A really good throw by Zedek. It's a long ball to get across all the way to number 16, Gavin Hutz. Strong catch as he was defended on the play by Jimmy Dolan.
And that's a lot of confidence in Zedek. I mean, a freshman quarterback out there to throw that, that deep out to the wide side of the field like that.
Yeah, but there was a hold against Father Judge. They're going to back them up even further. So we'll wipe off that yardage. It'll be 2nd and 20.
Oh, my gosh. Such a good-looking drive now being throttled by major penalties.
And yet, Alex, they've shown the ability to actually move the football here. If they can, now this is tougher when you get behind the sticks on 1st and 20. But they just got to keep working on finding the pouches in that LaSalle zone.
I mean, yeah, kind of just like what Bruce said earlier, they're kind of taking the bottom plays of their playbook and bringing them out to show here against the #1 team in Pennsylvania. And they've had some really good momentum, and hopefully they can just finish it without the flags.
Yeah, and Coach McCardle, he's going to come out here, obviously knowing how well Coach LaSalle is, he's got to come out here and start breaking tendencies. He's got 7 weeks of game film out there. Now comes the time that you have to run the same play but from a different set, or basically just bring something new out. Like I said, bottom of the playbook stuff.
LaSalle brings extra numbers, and it's blocked. Keenan Stahl says, I want the block of the game.
Perfect defense for that play. I mean, they were bringing pressure from that side, and Zedek really had no chance.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good play call there. 2nd and long. You know they're trying to get a big chunk of that back. Some longer developing routes there, Oliver. So bring the numbers and make a freshman make a tough decision.
Yeah, and it's Jack Luthi showing blitz. He's been so good this year, so you have to get rid of it quickly. He looks to his right, and there's Stahl right there to bat it down.
3:40 to play, first quarter action.
Boy, a long first quarter. A lot of penalties.
Penalties, stoppages, incompletions.
And a timeout. Bruce?
There you
go. All right, I know I jinxed it. I'm sorry.
That's right. That is okay. We're going to take this one with them here, folks. We'll be right back.
Same-day service, value, and trust. Meineke, doing car care right.
Be a part of the biggest live events. The must-see matches.
He's gone!
The game day celebrations. Experience live sports and entertainment the way they're meant to be seen. With Joe Hand Promotions, the global leader of live entertainment for bars, restaurants, and cinemas. Create unforgettable moments that fans won't want to miss. Keep the food and drinks flowing with watch parties that will bring customers in the door and expand dwell time. And watch as these visitors turn into loyal customers with exclusive content relationships with the nation's largest sports and entertainment providers. In over 10,000 bars, restaurants, and cinemas across America.
Out of the timeout from Father Judge, it's 3rd and 19. Need to get all the way to the LaSalle 37-yard line for a first down. Zedek, the freshman quarterback, is hit as he throws a dangerous ball there. I mean, that was pick 6 all over it as Jimmy Dolan just couldn't quite get there. Good strong hands by Christian Haig.
Yeah, and not the crispest of throws either.
Because he was hit.
He was, but still the completion, but for very little, if any, gain there.
Christian Peterman was also in the area there if Jimmy Dolan had any trouble. Dolan will again return the kicks. We've seen Dolan return a lot of kicks this year, Alex, as well as Joey O'Brien. They bring a little something different to the table.
I mean, yeah, after the injury and absence of Jules McFadden at that kick returning position.
That might get all the way into the end zone, and it will. Perhaps a little fortunate there.
Dolan misread that off the foot, stepped up. Oh, that's 10 yards behind me, but fortunate roll. But like you said, with Dolan back there, he's probably trying to limit the reps for Joey O'Brien, keeping him healthy, making sure that he is getting game reps, but that he's staying healthy.
So it's 13-0 LaSalle with 2:49 to play in this first quarter. The band, by the way, is as good in a good position for us as we've probably had all year, just down to our left. And so hopefully coming through well to you at home because they do just a terrific job and they sound great here in person. They got numbers down the middle. Joey O'Brien makes one miss. And O'Brien will scoot his way out of bounds at the 48, breaking a few ankles on his way there.
And they have to lay off of him just because of the threat of the deep ball there. But, wow, I mean, he was wide open through the center of the field. It looked like with double coverage, too.
It's just a tough proposition. You know, anybody that's going to play LaSalle this year, Bruce, and I know you saw all the way as far back as the Harrisburg game, as Zamir Dales jumps. But when you have Gavin Sidwar that can make every throw in the book, and you have Joey O'Brien, who is arguably the best athlete in the state of Pennsylvania, and you have J.P. Oates, who is as good a pass catcher and route runner as there is in the state, and then you have Dolan, and then you have Swanson, Julian McFadden, hopefully to come back at some point. It's just, boy, how many high school defenses are going to be able to, to guard sideline to sideline?
Well, I've just been impressed with the clean pocket that Sidwar has had to throw the ball. I mean, he hasn't been touched.
Yeah, the O-line has been fantastic this year. A couple guys getting some reps for the first time this year, including the center, Seamus Pinkerton, making his first reps as a senior. But they have been really good this year. That's why the run game's been so strong, and Sidwar's been able to have plenty of time like he does right here.
Sidwar, good ball. That's J.P. Oates. Now, we just talked about his route running ability. That time he stays with the route, Alex, and allows Sidwar that safety valve as the time started to count down on him. There is a flag.
Ineligible down. Oh,
yeah.
Ineligible downfield there. Yeah. So I guess he did have a little bit too much time, but.
Yeah. Well, and sometimes that can happen when there is a screen read. You can actually see right there. There's one lineman at about the 40-yard line and running further downfield.
Wow.
So 10+ yards downfield. Pretty easy call for the officials. So it's going to be 1st and 10 again, right? Offside, Father Judge.
Right.
Ineligible lineman downfield, LaSalle. 1st and 10. Sidwar moves well in the pocket and finds J.P. Oates. That's a read option there, Oliver. And Sidwar is not a running threat, but it's still the run pass where he's reading that outside edge.
Yeah, great elusiveness here by Sidwar. Steps left to avoid the tackle. Fires a nice little ball towards J.P. Oates, who we just mentioned a couple times.
And you can see here's another new formation with the double wide stacked on each side.
And so they'll run it up the middle with Des Ortiz. Spread them out. Run it up the gut.
Yeah, just confusing the defense like that is amazing. That's what I talked about this time of year. You know, it's just a simple dive play. It's just that you're running it from a double wide formation. Same blocking scheme.
And so there's one less linebacker in the box. LaSalle has the numbers and runs it right at him. That was nearly blocked as well. Punches it through, though. Yeah, LaSalle is not getting a blocker on that left side of the line on these point afters. Heck, though, stays focused through the connection.
Yeah, that's great discipline by, the holder. I mean, just focusing on that ball, and great snap. Good, firm, crisp snap.
And how about Chris Heck this year? Getting more reps than he would have expected we were thinking Aiden Hatfield to do kicking and punting, but throughout the year we've seen Chris Heck become more of just the sole place kicker and Hatfield working on punts, so his extended reps this year have really been fantastic, and he's making the most of it.
Packages for every type of venue. Make your business the place for the next must-see event. Because if fans can't make it to the stadium or arena, your venue is the next best place.
What does this win mean?
Been with the family for a long time. With our team chemistry, it was bound to happen.
All right, so again, apologize for a little bit of tech issues there. I think we're okay. I'm watching online here. It's hot out here, folks.
A little bit
so
too nice of a day.
Too nice of a day, and so we're going to try to cool down this iPad a little bit, but hopefully you can hear us. Yep, all right, looks like you can. So I don't think we'll have replay for just a little bit here, but Father Judge able to run it for 17 yards on first down, and they're leaning on that running back of theirs, Derek Kennedy.
There's a flag in the backfield. Actually, no, it's a little bit in front of the backfield. We'll see what the call is.
Certainly in the area of holding.
Yeah.
But it looks like, yeah, personal foul.
Yeah.
There you go.
Against
maybe
LaSalle.
a head slap. You know, that used to be the norm. I mean, Alex and Oliver don't remember, but back in the days of the NFL, the head slap was one of the big weapons by defensive linemen to get to the quarterback. Literally, they would just take their forearm and smack the helmet of the offensive lineman and knock him silly. Now, that's been outlawed some time, but I got to believe that that's what happened.
So first down and 10. Ball at the 28-yard line. Father Judge looking to get on the board. And an errant pass intended for number 4, Patrick Murphy.
But how about this drive so far for Father Judge? That's only the second play. They had a really good return out to about the 40, a good run, which they picked up extra yards after the flag. So just kind of a bounce-back drive here for the Crusaders. They're looking to put a little bit of pressure, get the LaSalle defense on their heels just a little bit.
Well, a game like this, a team like Father Judge has to have short-term memory loss. I mean, you know, and I think that Coach McCardle is going to compartmentalize this game series by series. Let's just win this series.
Kennedy, what a job to set the edge. Keenan Stahl again. We just keep saying his name. And another look. That's the tail end of that play. Good to see replay back here, by the way. But just recognizing that they're going to the boundary, you know, recognizing that you're playing to that side of the field. There's a whistle on the play. They're going to stop the clock with 39 seconds left.
Yeah, I think some type of a player equipment or injury issue.
How about Trezak coming in?
Yeah, Cole
on the
Trezak.
defensive side.
Quarterback / defensive back he is listed on the program. But right now he's playing in the box.
Interesting.
Playing as an outside linebacker in that 3-4 look. And a timeout is called by Father Judge at 22 seconds to play. So let's see if we do indeed, Oliver, get that Trezak snap on defense. So now he's played offense as the backup quarterback. He's been a terrific holder all year long. That's a 5-tool athlete right there.
And I can't say he hasn't, but I haven't noticed him out there, especially in the box like you had mentioned. I haven't noticed him out there on the defensive side of the ball at all this year.
I believe that's his first defensive snap, unless there was a possibility perhaps in a bit of garbage time in some of the past games, but not that I remember.
Well, you know, I mean, that's a strategy of every coach. You know, they've got to develop depth within their program. I mean, to a coach, I talked about every coach in District 3 in their media days. And one of the things that fans, I think, don't recognize about high school football is the fact that that's got to be part of the game plan for each coach to get meaningful minutes for some of their younger players. It's the only way that you're going to keep basically the glass full in this high school environment.
Yeah, and I think that's why we've seen so much of Joshua Simmons this year. In that very first game against Harrisburg, in the scoreline that no one could have predicted, he played a lot of snaps. And I think we were going to see some of him this year in general, but I think his extended reps and how well he's been platooning with Ortiz has really been because of that first showing.
Zedek, way to put your foot in the ground, looking to get the first down, and he should have it. Zedek's pass to number 11, Christian Haig. What a play.
And again, they're rolling him out to give him the time. That was a slow developing pattern, but because they rolled him to his left, rolled him to the receiver, he not only gave him some time, but really gave him some momentum to get some good velocity on that throw.
And so that will end the first quarter. Father Judge is driving. They look to punch it in when we get back.
More and more luxury vehicle buyers are choosing Faulkner Infiniti of Willow Grove for the easy, no-pressure atmosphere. Whether you buy online, in person, or a little of both, Faulkner Infiniti makes it easy and affordable to drive world-class luxury. Choose from the new QX60, full-size QX80, or the innovative QX50. Faulkner always has a great selection in stock, ready for delivery. Come find out for yourself why more people choose Faulkner Infiniti. To be sure.
First-time homebuyer, seasoned investor, looking to sell a property from the Poconos through the Greater Lehigh Valley, Philadelphia and surrounding areas, all the way to the Jersey Shore. I'm your guy. Speaking of the shore, if you're not down here right now in Ocean City watching this game live, you need to give me a call because you should be down here experiencing the beautiful Jersey Shore with us in your own beach house.
First and 10 for Father Judge inside the LaSalle red zone. Big hit. Jack Luthi. He doesn't miss many tackles. Certainly when he has a straight line into the running back coming out of the backfield.
Well, I like the play call. I mean, screens, draws, I think those are going to be beneficial, against the LaSalle defensive front there. But a good defensive effort there.
Sure, try to take the aggressiveness away from LaSalle a little bit, Bruce, your point there?
Absolutely. At least slow them up a little bit.
Christian Hay is the outside receiver, 2nd and 11.
Oh.
Lost the football, and LaSalle's got 2 mitts on it. It's a turnover. And Gavin Muller, very workmanlike as he came up with that football. No celebration, just hands it to the official. Says, yep, that's ours now.
And that just is a crucial turnover here for the Crusaders. And
yeah,
at this point of the game, this is not what they want, Bruce.
Now, as they're driving, down almost in the red zone there, another shot to the foot.
And on top of that, really promising drive of the game.
And unforced.
Right.
Nothing that LaSalle did induced that particular turnover. Flings it to the outside. Look at this space for Nick Swanson. Following the block of Jimmy Dolan.
Just wonderful play design there. Having both receivers basically man up against the defenders and then swing the running back out behind them there. Love the play design.
Yeah, well, really the slot receiver there, Nick Swanson. But absolutely, Bruce, that's just a math equation, right? One-on-one coverage, and then really you're forcing the safety to come down and guard the third receiver. It's a 5-wide set. Sidwar. Wide open is Nick Swanson. He drops it in the bucket. Swanson hits the turbo. Down to the 3.
I mean, I was watching that play develop the whole way there. You can see the linebacker was so far off and way too far into the center of the field, to guard Swanson there. And good hustle to bring him down short of the end zone. But again, just great delivery by Sidwar, knowing which man was going to be open based on what he saw the defense line up with.
And it's the same situation as on Swanson's touchdown earlier. He's cutting towards the middle of the field. He looked like he's going to just sit down, and then he breaks off towards the middle of the field. Now he has all the space to work with. End zone in sight, but a fantastic tackle. I can't see who that is, unfortunately, but really good shoelace tackle that ends up having him on the turf.
Yeah, it's a shame there, certainly. He is getting up, though, with the help of the trainer, which is terrific to see. It was a great tackle.
Looks like number 11.
Christian Hay.
He has been good throughout the day. I think we have to talk about the offensive line again. And certainly they're going to out-muscle and outsize the Father Judge defensive line on a day like today, yes. But this was undoubtedly the biggest question mark about this LaSalle team coming into the year. And there's just no room at the end back there in the pocket. It has been terrific. Now back to that T formation. Luthi and Claire, the outside two backs. Jamel Williams in the middle. He's going to lead the way. He's going to get the football. Jamel Williams. No call yet. No officials put their hands up. There hasn't been a call either direction, and only now do they say inside the 1. Second down.
Get it back to him. He deserves a touchdown. He's been so good this year. We've seen him set up in this T formation a couple times.
Why not? Jamel Williams. He goes in standing up. Touchdown.
They call him the money man. He makes money plays. But at LaSalle, they call him the cheese man. And you put both of your hands up and we just say cheese. It's the cheese man right there.
I love the formation with the big guy right in the middle there because you can do any number of things. You can do the tush push. You can fake it and do a bootleg.
A false start is called against LaSalle. This will push Chris Heck back just a little bit.
And if this wasn't called, I think Hutz is back there with the second block of the game. He had that 100% on Chris Heck.
By the way, Jamel Williams got love from every one of his teammates on his way back to take a seat under the tent. Good for him.
Well, a play like Jamel made, you know, and his personality becomes so infectious, and it just makes the team rise up. Not that they needed to rise any more than what they've, you know, what it's been here today, but in any game, in any situation, hey, we need a lift. Let's give the ball to Jamel. Short yardage, first down, goal line. Let's throw him in there. Let's get some momentum going.
This portion of today's game is brought to you by the Riley, Rakowski, and Malloy Funeral Home, who is an enthusiastic supporter of the LaSalle football program. Andrew Buda Rakowski from the class of 1998 sends his best to Brett Gordon, the student-athletes, and the LaSalle football program as a whole. The Riley, Rakowski, and Malloy Funeral Home is a proud sponsor of today's coverage. A line drive kick fielded at the 8-yard line. And Kennedy hits the turbo switch there. Knifed out of bounds at the 35-yard line.
And again, despite the score, Judge out there, you know, executing plays. And I'm sure Frank McCardle is just out there telling his guys, hey, look, let's just get a first down. Then we'll worry about the next thing. Goal right now, get a first down.
Nine minutes and 34 seconds to play in this second quarter. And more whistles, more flags. Offside looks to be the call per the official on the near side of the field.
Wow.
So that'll be 1st and 5 for Father Judge, dressed in the white here today. LaSalle in the gold helmets with now the crest of the school as the helmet decal rather than the block L or in recent years the script LaSalle. Zedek takes the shot towards the sideline into double coverage. Probably a good thing, Bruce, that ball was overthrown because Hawkins and Dolan really had the coverage.
Yeah, there was no way he was going to complete that ball. But still, not a bad throw. I mean, he threw it where only his receiver was going to be able to catch it.
And a really good pocket for him, too. LaSalle sending a couple guys to try and put some pressure, but good pocket, plenty of time. Put it in the only spot where that's really going to work is the only guy that he has a possible chance of that ball is his wide receiver, but maybe a little too much. And you got a second and short to second and medium.
They'll take the handoff up the middle, and LaSalle just got the numbers. Hats all around the football. Closest to it, Cooper Heilig.
Yeah, going back to that previous play, I just like the aggressive nature of what Frank McCardle did there. When you've got basically, 1st and 5, hey, let's give it a shot. I mean, why not?
Judge breaks the huddle with 8:50, and clock is ticking here in the second quarter. 3rd and about 4. LaSalle shifts at the line and shows pressure. They'll bring it. And incomplete. Tipped on the play. Judge actually did a decent job picking up that pressure, but LaSalle one-on-one was really good in coverage.
Well, there was no way he had opportunity to get the ball any further than much beyond the line of scrimmage. And basically LaSalle had that stacked up with like 8 in the box anyway. So really difficult time trying to complete that pass. And you can hear him down there basically watching for the fake. I mean, you're at midfield again, almost identical yardage to where they faked it a little earlier.
Oh, they got it off. Dolan fields and has lots of room to run. Wins the race to the sideline. A late hit comes in. Boy, the flag stays silent there. I'm not sure that.
There it comes.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, the second a little older, darker flag there for the out of bounds hit. But
there was a block in the back earlier in the play. But that tackle right there was very clearly already out of bounds.
So I guess that's just going to be offsetting penalties. They're going to have to re-kick, right?
I believe that's correct.
Oh, dead ball personal foul.
Interesting. Okay.
All right. So that means they're going to basically
the LaSalle offense will be on the field. They'll assess the first penalty, and then they'll walk off 15 yards from that spot. Basically a net 5? Well, it's going to be a lot more than net 5, isn't it?
I don't get what he just did. He just walked one direction.
Right. At 15 yards from where?
Right. From where the hold would have been.
Okay, yeah, right. I guess.
But it's almost like they walked off the 10 from where the return ended, which should have walked the 10 off from where the flag came in.
That is
which was
back toward the goal line.
Which was honestly about the 40-yard line on LaSalle's side of the field.
Yeah, he needed to walk. He needed to walk to the LaSalle side. Instead, he just marked off a 15-yard penalty against Father Judge.
They might be catching up with us here.
Yeah.
Yep, they're pointing. That is the correct direction.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's figure out where that flag may have been.
Get it right, and I think they are going to get this one right. So right around here, let's call it the 40, or maybe it's even a little further back.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. Again, I don't know where he's starting from.
Because the flag was
There
down.
you go. That's 10 yards from the 40. So we were right where the flag was thrown. And they're going to walk it off. And who said 45? Huh?
You know, it was very interesting.
Boom.
I had a conversation with a referee a couple of weeks ago at a Why I'm Missing game. And, you know, officials don't step off penalties anymore. It's all by, the yard
hashes.
mark, the
Sure.
hashes. But at why I'm missing, there aren't any hashes, and
Wow.
the official was complaining about the fact that he had to mark off penalties by steps again.
That is very interesting. Des Ortiz, that's a good run across the 50.
Yeah, the grass fields don't typically have the yardage hash markers through them. Now it's pretty easy with these turf fields, but the grass fields, they don't. So,
now, one thing to keep in mind as LaSalle takes this ball across midfield, the running clock rules here at the high school level. First off, it does not start, regardless of when you hit the threshold, until the second half. Sidwar, what a job to get rid of that football. It did come up short of J.P. Oates, but that was a big loss waiting to happen. Sneaky athleticism there.
We mentioned a couple times how he doesn't run the ball across line of scrimmage that often, but he definitely has the ability to get out of the pocket. It feels like we talk about it every single game. He's quick. He's able to spin out of a tackle. He's able to step up from a sack, and he's just such a good quarterback in all fields.
he's so reminiscent to me of Stone Saunders for Bishop McDevitt, a great pocket quarterback. But when it's required, he will roll out. He will elude the rush.
It's high praise. I think well deserved. Sidwar, good find over the middle. John Patrick Oates with a catch and run for about 16 yards.
Well done to let this develop by Sidwar. Oates starting towards the right side of the field, but he knows he's going to open up towards the middle and fires a good ball.
So the end of the point I was making about the running clock there is if LaSalle scores here, if they have enough time to potentially get the ball back and do it again, they may not do this, but you'll see where you can go for two in a situation like this, which may look to the novice eye, if you will, like rubbing salt in the wound, but really what that does is allows the game to get to a running clock earlier. J.P. Oates, they've run that play a couple of times, and they're inside the 20 to about the 15.
You know, you were talking about that 2-point going for two. We saw St. Joe Prep do that in the game against CB South last year.
That's a state semifinal,
exactly,
yes.
to get to the running clock for the second half. Now, some of that was precipitated by CB South getting a little cocky when they were down so far, but still. I guess the only question I have for LaSalle is, whether they would bring the starters back out for the second half.
They've been fortunate to have this opportunity to make that decision, Bruce, over the course of the year. They normally will bring the starters out for the first drive and then go from there. Nice throw there by Gavin Sidwar to Nick Neary, the sophomore running back. So they're already dipping into the reserves, and Neary makes a nice play on the football.
I had a game actually end at halftime because a team was upset that the team they were playing still had the starters in until halftime. And they just decided, we're done. It was Donegal against Twin Valley. They were down 49-0, and they just went home.
I think we'll avoid that here today, Bruce.
I think so.
These schools have a good relationship with one another. Josh Simmons. And he's inside the 3 to about the 2. And by the way, Father Judge is fighting hard.
Yeah, they are.
They're here to play. They're a little undermanned. But this is a group with some guys that can play football here and are very physical.
And Bruce, you talked about nothing to lose situation here in this game. When you look at what is Father Judge playing for, they know how good the Salle team is, #1 team ranked in the state. So they just want to see and they want to show people that they can play with this team. They can make something happen against the Explorers, and they've had opportunities to do so, but a couple mistakes have really been hurting him.
Sure.
Wildcat here.
Yes, it's Josh Simmons. He's going to take off with it, and he's going to score. Nice block on the play by number 65, Zach Mangan, pulling on the power.
So we've got a Jamel Williams touchdown. We've got a Simmons touchdown at Wildcat. What else is Coach Gordon going to go to? And it looks like they are going to stay out there.
Yep, this is what we were alluding to here, folks. The offense stays on the field.
Yeah, and it's good to put those types of plays out on film because it just takes time away from your opponent to plan against that, you know, defensively. I mean, just to have it in there on film is just an important aspect.
Here's the 2-point conversion. They're going to get the conversion. Sidwar to O'Brien. And it's 35-0 LaSalle. One more look, and Father Judge goes to the zone, as you can see. I don't know how you lose Joey O'Brien in that zone.
Yeah.
Actually, get one more look. You're going to see right at the tail end, these two defensive backs, they're looking at each other, saying, hey, was I supposed to get him? Or you supposed to get him? How does he get back there?
Yeah.
That's a great shot there, Alex.
He is tough to miss at 6'4", so definitely a little confusion.
Who's looking at O'Brien, guys? I mean, I got to believe some of the major.
I mean, Alabama has offered him among many, many others. Penn State's all over him. Other Big Ten schools.
Yeah, clearly.
I think it's for timing purposes. Should we ask who isn't?
Seriously.
Amazing how the size of wide receivers has just exploded.
And by the way, I mean, he is an athlete. He's listed as an athlete. I mean, he started really playing defensive back. I mean, he played wide receiver last year and just grew out of that, Bruce. I mean, got to 6'4", and you just don't see 6'4" defensive backs. So he could play safety at the next level, certainly a wide receiver type body type and great hands.
Well, you saw Elias Koch in the Harrisburg game. I mean, that's a guy that, you know, as well as just a matchup nightmare as far as wide receivers go, who everybody in the world wants. But he is just as good as a defensive back as he is a receiver.
Yep. Zedek rolls. And a good throw and catch. Ball came loose, and it's still loose. Father Judge came up with the football. So now Father Judge, I know when we talked about the fact that this goes to a running clock, and after the second half, it doesn't matter if you carve back into the lead. The running clock doesn't go away at that point, but Father Judge can still impact this. Is that right, Bruce? If they get it under 35 at the end of the half, if the running clock never actually started, there's nothing to turn off, and it wouldn't start in the second half.
I agree, Bob. I think that it would at least start anyway with, standard timing rules.
First down for Kennedy as he goes off the left tackle and moves the sticks for Father Judge.
And again, I'm sure Coach Frank McCardle over there on the Judge sideline is, don't pay attention to the scoreboard. Just go out there and execute.
$3:50 to play, second quarter. First down and 10. LaSalle brings the pressure, and it's intercepted. Here comes Hopkins. And a flag comes in for a block in the back, which is going to go against Jamel Williams. But LaSalle has the football, and they're in business.
Yeah, just a tough decision there. He kind of threw it into triple coverage, and not usually a good result when you do that. But he was being heavily pressured, so he really didn't have much choice other than to unload it. And remember, these quarterbacks now can throw it away in high school football. I mean, last year, quarterbacks didn't have that luxury. This year, they do have that luxury. All they got to do, just like, the NFL rules, is all they have to do is get it to the line of scrimmage.
So they will back up LaSalle after that play. Josh Simmons on the handoff, and Josh Simmons gets to the second level. First down.
Just well executed by that offensive line on the left side there, Alex.
I mean, yeah, Bruce, LaSalle's offensive line has just been doing such a remarkable job this season. Many were drawing questions and many drawing questions about this offensive line for this season, and they just have not disappointed at all.
They've been quite impressive in every aspect.
It's one of those two running back sets. And so Dez is going to lead the way. Ortiz will for Josh Simmons, and there is a flag in the area of holding. They're walking it back.
About the only thing that LaSalle has had a problem with today has been themselves. I mean, in some of these penalties coming at inopportune times.
Yeah, and really not that many
issues.
Not that
many, correct, exactly.
First and 20 after the penalty. 2:27 to play here first half. Can LaSalle add one more score here? Again, they're in position for a running clock to start in the second half any way you slice it. Josh Simmons actually tripped over his own offensive lineman, Danny Lawyer. But again, it's maybe the only issue the line's had all day. Lawyer and co have been awesome.
Tell you, a lovely broadcast position that we have right now. I don't know if, a November rainstorm would be the optimum time to be up here, but it's sure beautiful today.
Well, Alex, and maybe you, Oliver, I forget, might remember last year when they were playing Roman Catholic here. It was a brutal day. And I don't know if we pulled rank or what we did, but we're like, yep, we're in the booth. We're not losing our equipment here today.
That was the last time I didn't bring a jacket to the broadcast, Bob.
All the time in the world for Gavin Sidwar, and a great throw for John Patrick Oates. Got back to the original sticks, maybe a yard shy of that. Gain of 9, third down and 11 upcoming. 2 downs to get it.
Sidwar, I think, has done more running back and forth to the sideline than he has through the pocket. I mean, he's just step back and just kind of see how the patterns develop out there, and it's been target practice.
Third down, 11 yards to go. Tight formation, and O'Brien did a nice job making sure he steps off the line of scrimmage on the near side of the field. Sidwar got to get rid of the football. He'll get hit and dropped. A big loss. Loss of 12. And Frank McCardle's club is going to get off the field here.
Comes up without his helmet, so he's going to have to come off the field for a play.
Well, it's fourth down.
Okay.
So
he was coming off anyway.
He was coming off anyway.
Put it on backwards, so that's okay.
Well, Cole Trezak is going to see the field anyway. He's going to play in the special team set.
That's right. As a gunner.
A little bit of everything from him today.
Aiden Hatfield will continue the punting duties, and if Father Judge isn't going to call timeout, LaSalle is going to hold and wait to snap this football. They may even call timeout before doing so.
Yeah, I would guess. Or take the penalty. It doesn't really much matter.
Low snap for Hatfield. Did an excellent job. Gets a great punt off. And it takes a LaSalle hop. It'll get all the way to the 11-yard line. This portion of today's game is brought to you by E&M Insurance, an independent local insurance agency serving the area's business and personal insurance needs. Owned and operated by Chris Marr, class of 1989 and father of Brendan and Ryan, who both went to school at LaSalle. Servicing the Delaware Valley insurance needs since 1988. Built on the principles of providing superior customer service and quality insurance solutions for their customers. They're an independent agent, which means they work with a select group of highly rated insurance companies that have proven their performance over the years. They can help provide solutions for your business or personal insurance on all levels, excelling at providing the best coverage at the best rates. Make sure you find them online at eandminsurance.com or 215-368-9556. Father Judge will just run this one up the gut and take this to half. So it's been a good contest thus far for LaSalle. If you're a LaSalle football fan, you're going to get a running clock in the second half. And as soon as this one's done, you can head on over to the Great American Pub with 3 locations, Phoenixville, Wayne, as well as Conshohocken with a great rooftop deck. We're standing on the rooftop right now. It's a great spot to enjoy a meal here on this fine Saturday. Run by Chuck Hempshire, who's a terrific guy, a great LaSalle man, and sent his son to LaSalle as well, who's also working in the business. Good to see that Charlie is staying in the family business. We appreciate their sponsorship, everything they do for us. It is halftime here at Wissahickon High School. LaSalle 35. Father Judge, nothing. Stay with us. We'll be back for the second half kick in just a few.
More and more luxury vehicle buyers are choosing Faulkner Infiniti of Willow Grove for the easy, no-pressure atmosphere. Whether you buy online, in person, or a little of both, Faulkner Infiniti makes it easy and affordable to drive world-class luxury. Choose from the new QX60, full-size QX80, or the innovative QX50. Faulkner always has a great selection in stock, ready for delivery. Come find out for yourself why more people choose Faulkner Infiniti. To be sure.
First-time homebuyer, seasoned investor, looking to sell a property from the Poconos to the Greater Lehigh Valley, Philadelphia and surrounding areas, all the way to the Jersey Shore. I'm your guy. Speaking of the shore, if you're not down here right now in Ocean City watching this game live, you need to give me a call because you should be down here experiencing the beautiful Jersey Shore with us in your own beach house.
Show you a better way to spend your state income taxes and get the money to where it's needed the most to the thousands of qualified kids.
What we like about Blocks is they really know where the need is.
This program ensures that their dollars come 100% into these kids for their tuition assistance.
If you are able, Blocks makes the EITC piece go very quickly and very smoothly.
Turn your PA State tax liability into need-based scholarships and receive a 90% tax credit.
Dunphy Ford is Mayfair's neighborhood Ford store.
Nobody knows your neighborhood like Dunphy Ford.
Nearly 40 years.
Right here on Frankfurt Avenue.
Generation after generation. Our neighbors continue to be our customers. We have access to the cars and trucks you want with financing you need.
Dunphy Ford is Northeast Philly's first choice for America's #1 brand. 7700 Frankfurt Avenue in Mayfair. Online at www.dunphyford.com.
Come experience the Dunphy difference. You'll be glad you did.
They said it couldn't be done, but somehow CCM was able to close this home in just 21 days. Carl, how'd you pull this off?
Oh, hard work, dedication, grinding.
Were you ever worried?
Well, you know, Chloe, they pinned us in deep in the second bedroom, inspection issues, but we regrouped. Knew there was still a lot in play.
Well, I'm sure the Franklins were pleasantly surprised.
We got a good organization here. A lot to look forward to.
Good luck with the next close. And there you have it. Cross Country Mortgage is dedicated to getting it done.
So, it's time for your business to renew your lease. Or perhaps you're right-sizing or relocating. This can be an exciting time, but it's also a major project to undertake. Hundreds of decisions to make, some of which may impact your business for the next decade. You know you need an expert on your side from start to finish. What if this expert had no conflicts of interest, no landlords to answer to, and a fiduciary responsibility to work solely in your best interest? Someone who knows the questions to ask, the levers to pull, the pitfalls to avoid. Enter the experts at Gola Corporate Real Estate. They've seen it all over the course of thousands of transactions in dozens of industries. Gola gets it. And what if those experts came with a team? Subject matter experts to manage everything that comes with this process. Space planning and design, relocation planning and budgeting, helping you manage your vendors, construction oversight, all with zero out-of-pocket cost to you. A turnkey experience that adds real value, value that flows right to your bottom line. Gola gets it. We've been partnering with clients like you for over 40 years, and we know what's important: solving problems, creating flexibility, protecting and stretching your dollars. Philadelphia-based with a national presence. Get to know Gola. Gola gets it.
When your car needs repairs and you can't wait, Meineke can help. With life's crazy schedule between work and family, you'll love Meineke's same-day service. Call today and Meineke will get your car in today. For new brakes, exhaust repairs, or your check engine light comes on, trust Meineke to do the job right. And families have been coming to Meineke for years because Meineke works on any make or model vehicle. Same-day service, value, and trust. Meineke, doing car care right.
Be a part of the biggest live events. The must-see matches.
He scored!
The game day celebrations. Experience live sports and entertainment the way they're meant to be seen. With Joe Hand Promotions, the global leader of live entertainment for bars, restaurants, and cinemas. Create unforgettable moments that fans won't want to miss. Keep the food and drinks flowing with watch parties that will bring customers in the door and expand dwell time. And watch as these visitors turn into loyal customers with exclusive content relationships with the nation's largest sports and entertainment providers. In over 10,000 bars, restaurants, and cinemas across America, and customizable packages for every type of venue. Make your business the place for the next must-see event. Because if fans can't make it to the stadium or arena, your venue is the next best place.
What does this win mean? Been with the family for a long time. With our team chemistry, it was bound to happen.
Just close, baby!
Such a big win from Cross Country Mortgage, dedicated to getting it done.
More and more luxury vehicle buyers are choosing Faulkner Infiniti Grove for the easy, no-pressure atmosphere. Whether you buy online, in person, or a little of both, Faulkner Infiniti makes it easy and affordable to drive world-class luxury. Choose from the new QX60, full-size QX80, or the innovative QX50. Faulkner always has a great selection in stock, ready for delivery. Come find out for yourself why more people choose Faulkner Infiniti. To be sure.
First-time home buyer, seasoned investor, looking to sell a property from the Poconos to the Greater Lehigh Valley, Philadelphia and surrounding areas, all the way to the Jersey Shore. I'm your guy. Speaking of the shore, if you're not down here right now in Ocean City watching this game live, you need to give me a call because you should be down here experiencing the beautiful Jersey Shore with us in your own beach house.
Show you a better way to spend your state income taxes and get the money to where it's needed to most to the thousands of qualified kids.
What we like about Blocks is they really know where the need is.
This program ensures that their dollars come 100% into these kids for their tuition assistance.
If you are able, Blocks makes the EITC piece go very quickly and very smoothly.
Turn your PA State tax liability into need-based scholarships and receive a 90% tax credit.
Dunphy Ford is Mayfair's neighborhood Ford store.
Nobody knows your neighborhood like Dunphy Ford.
Nearly 40 years.
Right here on Frankfurt Avenue.
Generation after generation. Our neighbors continue to be our customers. We have access to the cars and trucks you want with financing you need.
Dunphy Ford is Northeast Philly's first choice for America's #1 brand. 7700 Frankfurt Avenue in Mayfair. Online at www.dunphyford.com.
Come experience the Dunphy difference. You'll be glad you did.
They said it couldn't be done, but somehow CCM was able to close this home in just 21 days. Carl, how'd you pull this off?
Oh, hard work, dedication, grinding.
Were you ever worried?
Well, you know, Chloe, they pinned us in deep in the second bedroom, inspection issues, but we regrouped. Knew there was still a lot in play.
Well, I'm sure the Franklins were pleasantly surprised.
We got a good organization here. A lot to look forward to.
Good luck with the next close. And there you have it. Cross Country Mortgage is dedicated to getting it done.
So, it's time for your business to renew your lease. Or perhaps you're right-sizing or relocating. This can be an exciting time, but it's also a major project to undertake. Hundreds of decisions to make, some of which may impact your business for the next decade. You know you need an expert on your side from start to finish. What if this expert had no conflicts of interest, no landlords to answer to, and a fiduciary responsibility to work solely in your best interest? Someone who knows the questions to ask, the levers to pull, the pitfalls to avoid. Enter the experts at Gola Corporate Real Estate. They've seen it all over the course of thousands of transactions in dozens of industries. Gola gets it. And what if those experts came with a team? subject matter experts to manage everything that comes with this process. Space planning and design, relocation planning and budgeting, helping you manage your vendors, construction oversight, all with zero out-of-pocket cost to you. A turnkey experience that adds real value, value that flows right to your bottom line. Gola gets it. We've been partnering with clients like you for over 40 years, and we know what's important: solving problems, creating flexibility, protecting and stretching your dollars. Philadelphia-based with a national presence. Get to know Gola. Gola gets it.
When your car needs repairs and you can't wait, Meineke can help. With life's crazy schedule between work and family, you'll love Meineke's same-day service. Call today and Meineke will get your car in today. For new brakes, exhaust repairs, or your check engine light comes on, trust Meineke to do the job right. And families have been coming to Meineke for years because Meineke works on any make or model vehicle. Same-day service, value, and trust. Meineke, doing car care right.
Be a part of the biggest live events. The must-see matches.
He scored!
The game day celebrations. Experience live sports and entertainment the way they're meant to be seen. With Joe Hand Promotions, the global leader of live entertainment for bars, restaurants, and cinemas. Create unforgettable moments that fans won't want to miss. Keep the food and drinks flowing with watch parties that will bring customers in the door and expand dwell time. And watch as these visitors turn into loyal customers with exclusive content relationships with the nation's largest sports and entertainment providers. In over 10,000 bars, restaurants, and cinemas across America, and customizable packages for every type of venue. Make your business the place for the next must-see event. Because if fans can't make it to the stadium or arena, your venue is the next best place.
What does this win mean? Been with the family for a long time. With our team chemistry, it was bound to happen.
Just close, baby!
Such a big win from Cross Country Mortgage, dedicated to getting it done.
More and more luxury vehicle buyers are choosing Faulkner Infiniti of Willow Grove for the easy, no-pressure atmosphere. Whether you buy online, in person, or a little of both, Faulkner Infiniti makes it easy and affordable to drive world-class luxury. Choose from the new QX60, full-size QX80, or the innovative QX50. Faulkner always has a great selection in stock, ready for delivery. Come find out for yourself why more people choose Faulkner Infiniti. To be sure.
First-time home buyer, seasoned investor, looking to sell a property from the Poconos to the Greater Lehigh Valley, Philadelphia and surrounding areas, all the way to the Jersey Shore. I'm your guy. Speaking of the shore, if you're not down here right now in Ocean City watching this game live, you need to give me a call because you should be down here experiencing the beautiful Jersey Shore with us in your own beach house.
What's going on, folks? Welcome back here to Wissahickon High School. So thrilled to be with all of you right now. Bob Long, Bruce Badgley, Alex Shevchuk, and Oliver Gomez alongside. Third quarter about to get underway. It's 35-0. LaSalle leads over Father Judge. And Oliver, it has been domination since the very early going here.
Yeah, and this has been the case throughout the season. LaSalle, if we just take this today as our sample size, the defense comes out strong in their first drive. They snuff out a faked punt. They have really good offensive possessions, get their offense going, get their defense back on the field to get another stop. And that's just what it's been. Everybody has been doing their part. Everyone has been getting their job done efficiently and getting this offense back on the field to put up quick points. And that's why this team is so dangerous, because everybody is doing what they need to do.
Fielded at the 9. And a flag comes in. So LaSalle will have to go pretty deep into their, the shadow of their own goalpost with this offensive drive to start the third quarter. It is a running clock, as we mentioned. And the question is, who will we see? Will we see the starters? We will not. Cole Trezak will run the offense for the second half.
Now this is where you earn your money, Bob.
Thanks, partner.
Going to go down in the depth chart here. But, for me in the first half, I think, Father Judge had opportunities. We had a 14-point swing there at the end of the half when Father Judge basically, turned it over, going, almost in the red zone.
Right, that fumble.
And then LaSalle takes that ball and runs it all the way down for a touchdown. So we had a 14-point swing there. My gosh, these bees are incredible.
It's an infestation up here, folks. I really don't mean to alarm anyone, but yes, if we don't make it to Roman Catholic in that broadcast next week, you'll know why. We were swallowed up whole by bees up here in the booth. Cole Trezak with a good run on first down. That's a design quarterback draw up the middle. And he's going off the rails on the crazy train.
Yeah, but let's see what, Father Judge here, does here the second half. I got to believe Frank McArdle, he's going to keep the pedal all the way to the floor here with these guys. Looks like he still has his starting defense in there. And LaSalle taking their time.
They're going to throw another one of those jet sweeps. A flag comes in, and that looks like an illegal motion or an illegal shift. Yep, it's an illegal shift against LaSalle. They'll back that up.
Now, I'm just telling you, I've been at running clock games at different stadiums. Some stadiums, during penalties, stop the clock. What's happening down there right now?
Still
the
running.
Clock is running.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to tell me what the actual PIAA rule is for running clock here. I thought it was just like this, that it continues to run.
Hey, Bruce, I have your answer.
Okay.
I hear you waxing poetic. I believe you're absolutely right. That's not going to happen in this situation. You got a home clock operator. You got, a game. Again, I guess every game in this situation is out of hand, but I think the reason it's maybe not audited as much as you may like is because it is a running clock game, and the idea is to get these teams out of here with, a little less wear and certainly keep the game at a reasonable position.
Well,
so I think it's going to run even on those penalties.
Yeah, and that can be an agreement by both coaches, too.
That's right. You're absolutely right.
So, just interesting.
Sorry about that.
That used to be somebody's phone. Ooh, he got him.
One of many.
Man.
It's a war zone up here.
So it's third down and about 14 yards. Trezak is the quarterback in the shotgun. Gets rid of the football, and that's going to come up a little bit short. Nice catch on the play by Charlie Pickett.
But as you pointed out, Bob, it was short of the first down, but quite honestly, that was the right decision to make on where he threw the football. He was under some pressure,
4th down, and they'll punt this one away. That's a nice punt there.
Really?
High, hanging punt.
Turns over for him.
A lot of room to return, but LaSalle able to come in and take up the space. Lucas Johnson on the tackle.
Kevin Hutz, I mean, under that one nicely for Father Judge. Pretty good return. One thing you don't want to do is step on a wire rather than the beam.
First down and 10 for Father Judge. Zedek stays in there, fires it to the outside. Nice catch on the play, turning upfield was Gavin Hutz. Gain of 7.
You know, each time that they've completed that pass, the receivers actually turn to the inside after he's caught the ball. I'd like to see him maybe take it to the outside and on those where, you know, he's not going back into the defenders that are, you know, pursuing the play.
Second down and 7. Zedek, it could be intercepted.
Oh, wow.
It is. It's a one-hander. Brilliant. What a play. Jim Mahoney, the junior defensive back.
Well, they were throwing that pass all game, and that time it burned Zedek. Good jump on the ball by Mahoney, and it's 6.
One-handed, too. What a snag.
Give him some extra style points there, Bob.
What a play on the football. And nice to get another place kicker in there, JP Clock. The junior, 5'8". $42-0. LaSalle in control.
You know, considering the effort that, you know, Judge has put up here, I mean, obviously that was, you know, a pick 6, but this game could be a lot, as I pointed out, with that 14-point swing and just on that one turnover. This game could be, you know, a lot closer. But, hey, look, you can say that, I think, about maybe every football game.
Just about, yeah, especially when you look at, you know, that Prep LaSalle game, which was scoreless till halftime. LaSalle electing to go for it early in the game rather than taking their 3 points, which would have put them in front at the end of the game, obviously, which ended in a tie, headed towards overtime. But
what a game that was. Bruce, where were you watching that game from?
Let's see. I was definitely at home, you know, watching it. And
you may have even picked up the first part of it coming back from the UCLA-Penn State game, I think.
Yeah, correct. It was on the way home. You're exactly right. And, you know, when I got home, oh, my gosh, you know, put it on the TV and everything else.
What did you think? I mean, you know the state as well as anybody, just from a wide-ranging. You do a show on the Whippeal out in Pittsburgh, a show on District 3, you know, a show on District 1 and District 12 and the eastern side of the state. Well, what did you think that the folks that were watching that game, what do you think they were seeing? Put it in context for us.
Well, I think what you were seeing or what evolved is actually an opening of the 6A, that there's hope for so many more teams, you know, when the state tournament starts. You know, even though LaSalle obviously, you know, and St. Joe Prep are the two, you know, top flight teams in 6A, just for the simple fact that St. Joe Prep lost the game, that they're not invincible, I think did wonders for the 6A football tournament just in general all across the state. That's what I derive from that game.
Good play on the football by Kevin Ring, number 45. chasing it down. No gain on the play.
And the same thing, with CB South. I mean, there's a team that obviously, lost in the state semifinal to St. Joe Prep last year, a team that, won their first district championship last year. They're 9-0 this year. I think it gave a team like CB South hope that they can actually get to Cumberland Valley.
Good sling to the outside. Kennedy rides his way all the way to the line to gain. It's all going to depend on that spot. And they're going to put him right on the 45-yard line, which is 1 yard short. 3rd down and short coming up.
So it is, I love the perspective that I get each and every week in, doing, WIPIO broadcasts, in doing Eastern PA broadcasts, podcasts, in broadcasting the, Mid-Penn Conference, which quite honestly includes State College on the 6A side from District 6. So who is the team that nobody, the best team in the state that nobody is talking about. A team that lost 7-6 at Harrisburg and has run the table. Very explosive, very talented. So I think it just opened up the 6A state tournament. It was my take out of what came about following that LaSalle victory.
1st down and 10 for Father Judge. Later stages of the 3rd quarter. Good pocket protection. Zetnek slings it sidearm, and he was intending it for his receiver, Christian Haig. Incomplete on the play. Good coverage down the field by LaSalle. Just into the contest, Ryan Zadroga, number 21. Also a few other guys to mention here. Number 28 into the contest, Reggie Harris. Number 38 is in there, Rocco Gallo. Number 41, Ryan McIlvain, onto the field as well.
Trips to the high side there on the short side of the field. Interesting formation.
Good move there by Kennedy, but he's going to be drugged down. Kevin Ring, another good play on the football. Chris Chester checked into the game as well for LaSalle. He's going to play cornerback. We already talked about Mahoney. What a job he has done. He's going to play in the secondary.
3rd and 12.
And it looks like Hayden McDonald checked in, the big man, number 57, into the contest.
Yeah, looks like Lucas Johnson just checked in. So number 9 here playing defensive back.
And most of the Judge starters remain in the game, certainly at quarterback. Zedek. Pretty good coverage and a better catch on the football. It'll get him to about 4 or 5 yards shy of the line to gain.
I think that was the best throw of the day by Zedek. Good velocity, right on the mark. If it wasn't, it was going to be knocked away. So
Lilly with the catch. 4th down. We're going to call it 5 yards to go. Jackson Zedek. And it was nearly intercepted by Johnson. He had 6 on his mind going the other direction. But the breakup does turn the ball over on downs.
Blood in the water there for these LaSalle defensive backs right now.
Tell you who else smells blood in the water. Holy smokes. It is an all-out attack up here. I mean, you turn around, there's 10.
Yeah, I know.
10 Yellow Jackets.
And they just came all of a sudden at halftime.
That's right. They come at you in waves.
Our buddy Joe Santalaquito, yes, coming in waves. That's the end of the quarter.
Yep, end of the 3rd quarter, and this portion of today's contest is brought to you by the Riley, Rakowski, and Malloy Funeral Home, an enthusiastic supporter of the LaSalle football program. Andrew Buda Rakowski from the class of 1998 sends his best to Brett Gordon, the student athletes, and the LaSalle football program as a whole. They're a proud sponsor of our coverage all year long. And CJO Design and Construction, landscape contracting firm run by Chad Ormond, our good buddy, who can help you if you're looking to do a project in your backyard, if you are looking to put on a small addition to your house, maybe hardscape a patio. He can help you with all that and more. And then finally, E&M Insurance, run by Chris Marr. It's an insurance agency located in North Wales, Pennsylvania. Whether for home or business, bundling car insurance, he can help you with all of that. That's their number, 215-368-9556. You can visit them at andminsurance.com. Thanks to Chris Marr from LaSalle, class of 1989, for sponsoring our coverage. And make sure you go check them out online or give them a call. See how they can improve your insurance coverage and save you money along the way.
You know, Bob, you were talking about, football around the state. There were a couple of results I think that LaSalle fans should take notice of from last night. First one is the North Allegheny from the Whippeal putting a hurting on Pine Richland. It was the #1 team in 5A who pretty handily beat Pittsburgh Central Catholic. So it's now, connect the dots kind of time.
Sure, it is. And as they run the draw up the middle for Cole Trazak, that's the same North Allegheny team that represented the western half of the state in the state final last year.
Yes, sir. And also Bethlehem Freedom went down, their first loss of the year. They lost to Easton. It was a one-loss team there out of District 11. That is, in the PIAA scheme of things, looking down the road, CB Salle, Bethlehem Freedom, or Easton, these are all teams that, LaSalle, if they get out of District 12,
would see along the way.
Would play in the state semifinal.
Well, and of course, folks are waiting with bated breath to see when matchup number 2 will be between LaSalle and St. Joe's Prep, which, of course, is a step shy of the district final. The winner of that game would most likely take on Imhotep Charter in the 6A final the weekend of November 16th. So, yes, absolutely, Bruce. District 11, District 1, either District 3 or District 7 would maybe oppose a District 12 champion in the state final. But, man, to get out of District 12 is...
what a minefield, baby.
And no doubt about it. 4th down and 4 yards to go. Trazak going to come under center for the time being. Trazak under center. I formation here for LaSalle. And it'll be close for Venango. A flag comes in. He was stopped 2 yards short of the line to gain, and we will wait to hear the penalty.
Looks like a face mask. Can't see who it's on, though.
And it's going to be a face mask against the defense. So Father Judge, they were running off the field, but that's going to keep this LaSalle offense on the field. One of the later games of the weekend here, but there's one game tonight that has some interest across the state, and that is St. Joe's Prep taking on Roman Catholic.
Yeah.
From Franklin Field at 8 o'clock p.m. Last game of the weekend, and that will be very, very intriguing. Venango. Flag, another one comes in, and what this is interesting, actually, guys, is because... And I'm going to speak a little bit out of turn here, but I'm just doing some math. I think LaSalle can clinch certainly a share of the title, and with the head-to-head matchup over St. Joe's Prep would win the Red Division title with a Prep win over Roman Catholic, because that would make Roman Catholic a 2-loss Philadelphia Catholic League team. LaSalle would have the head-to-head advantage over Monsignor Bonner, who St. Joe's Prep has in the final weekend of this season. So St. Joe's Prep, Bonner Prendergast would have the 1 loss. Roman Catholic would have the 2 losses, and LaSalle would have no losses. And so regardless of what would happen in that Bonner and St. Joe's Prep game the final week of the season, LaSalle would have the head-to-head over either of them. So it may be a clinching scenario tonight for LaSalle football.
And if Roman ends up on top of this game tonight, that makes a fun one next week.
It sure does. Because then you could have a Roman Catholic win in that game, Oliver, which makes it 1-1-1 against each other in a round robin. And I actually don't know what the league would do in that situation.
Wow.
You're not going to cut up the hubcap like a pizza pie, I can tell you that.
Maybe they would. Maybe they would.
But LaSalle has full control over their destiny in every sense of it. Undefeated to this point. A classic against St. Joe's Prep in round 1. They'll see each other in round 2 in what effectively serves as a district semifinal. It's essentially a Catholic League seeding game. And one team from the Catholic League is represented in the district tournament against one team from the Philadelphia Public League. And that championship game is the district final, which is LaSalle or St. Joe's Prep against most likely Imhotep. Trezak, gain of 6 on the run up the middle. Stay with us as well, folks. We're going to head down to the field, and we're going to leave Bruce and Alex to get stung by the Yellow Jackets up here. Oliver and I will head down to get some interviews post-game. So, Bruce, I know you know the deal on this one, but we got a little new situation, which has been fun. Oliver comes down with me. We have the selfie stick and our wireless camera through the phone. We're going to put a microphone at the end of that, and it's a great way to get down there and get a new perspective.
Yeah, I have been seeing that. I really like the fact that, you've got the close proximity there of, the camera to your to the person you're interviewing there.
And this winding clock, it really does move quickly, doesn't it? Under 5:30 to go in this second half. Fourth down and 11 yards to go. Line to gain is the Father Judge 31-yard line. Let's see if LaSalle will go to the air with Cole Trezak. They will, and they have a man. They had a man open down the field. That's going to come up short. The open man was number 88 for LaSalle, Charlie Pickett. But Judge gets off the field.
So Father Judge, another opportunity here on offense.
So Penn State on a bye this week, by the way. A lot of Nittany Lions fans out there. Glad you folks could tune into this instead of a big noon kickoff or something like that.
Yeah.
By the way, Ohio State, Penn State, I don't think I'm breaking any news for anyone. I know it technically hasn't been announced, but that's going to be a noon kick on November the 2nd. I hope I'm also not breaking any news, but it's very, very likely that LaSalle will have a bye that week.
Wow.
So you can watch the big game against Ohio State for Penn State that weekend, and then you can turn back for what may be a Saturday game on the 9th.
Yep.
Maybe Friday night, maybe Saturday. LaSalle St. Joe's Prep round 2. And we'll have a lot more broadcast information related to that when we have it. I'll say at this very moment, there's some uncertainty. So we will let you guys know what that looks like as soon as we can. Second down and 8. Jackson Zedek hands it off to Kennedy, and LaSalle has numbers all over the place. And folks are loving to see that. Number 86, Sean Kotz. Number 38, Rocco Gallo in there on the stop. Also into the game, number 80, Chase Voris.
big time hitting in there on the defensive line there, Alex.
Yeah, Bruce just swallowed him up right in the middle.
Michael Malizia also into the contest for LaSalle. Final 2 minutes, and I'll tell you what, Bruce, I might give you and Alex the keys to the car here for the final 2.
Yeah, I don't see any reason why not.
And we'll head down as Jacob Pesquito comes up with the tackle. And we'll go down and start getting things ready here. Oliver, I'll have you at least get the iPhone up so I can throw this on the iPad for him. So stay with us, folks. As we mentioned, we're going to head down and do some post-game interviews. Father Judge will punt this one away in the final 2 minutes of the contest. Nearly got a block. Picked up there by Johnson. And I think that everyone here is hooked on a feeling. Pep Band is so darn good, Bruce, isn't it?
Yeah, really good. Usually see marching bands here, but, pep bands, hey, even better.
All right, Bruce, Alex, take it away, and Oliver and I will meet you guys down on the field.
All right, meet in the middle. Winding it down here under a minute. As we mentioned, Bob will be with us here momentarily from the field. Well, Alex, your takeaway here as we wind it down to the end of this one.
I mean, Bruce, what more can we expect from this Explorers team? They've done just an excellent job throughout the entire season, just showing what they've been working on this entire offseason and kind of emphasizing what they're made of. And we can see through quarterback Gavin Sidwar and through the receivers and the defense like Jamel Williams, they've just done a great job of holding on, being under composure and just getting things done.
And that does it. LaSalle comes away with the 42-0 win. As I said, Bob Long and Oliver will be down on the field here with some post-game interviews. Tell you what, both teams here, lots of respect for one another. Father Judge just a bit outmanned today, but they had their opportunities, Alex.
Yeah, they did have some opportunities, and some penalties did draw them back. As seen earlier in the game, they did have a pretty successful drive, but the LaSalle defense is just something else.
As the guys get ready down there. LaSalle and their traditional huddle after the game. So your alma mater, right, Alex?
Yes, it is.
Good stuff here. And down on the field, I made mention, Bob Long and Oliver will have our post-game interviews. Not entirely sure who, Bob is going to be able to get, but another big win, in this story of, a very successful season for LaSalle, Alex.
I mean, just what a job by Coach Gordon here, and what emphasis he's made on this LaSalle squad as his first year as head coach.
Yeah, and as I mentioned in the open, I mean, that was the single biggest thing for me, that we've seen. And having Coach on my podcast, first set of downs, first week there, it was pretty easy to see, that LaSalle was going to be in good hands. Looks like the team is in the huddle out there.
Yes, yes.
Coach giving his kind of pep talk to the guys. What do you think he's saying to them out there, Alex?
Just to stay composed and stay ready, because they do have a couple tough matchups coming up till playoffs. Roman Catholic, St. Joe's Prep in the PIAA state playoffs.
Yeah, and that's why I was alluding to a little bit about some of the teams. Now I think it's important, quite honestly, LaSalle fans can look ahead,
Right.
and I think it's important to take a look at, who some of these teams are that have the opportunity to meet LaSalle down the road. I think that's what's fun about being a football fan here in Pennsylvania. What do you think?
I mean, yeah, Bruce, Pennsylvania is bigger than you think. We got teams outside of the Philadelphia area going towards the Pittsburgh side, western side of Pennsylvania, and we get to see all the teams come out when it comes state playoffs, and you really get to see how great Pennsylvania football really is.
Yeah, and 6A football it's kind of its own animal because, it is kind of concentrated in certain pockets, around the state. Really, District 11, District 1, District 3, District 7. And for the fans who, may not know where those areas are, District 7 is Pittsburgh. District 3, the area that encompasses, Reading, Harrisburg, York, Lancaster, District 11 around the Allentown area. And then District 1, obviously, around the suburbs here of Philadelphia. So Bob waiting for the huddle to break down, and so we will have some interviews here forthcoming. It's been a pleasure to get back with you guys, Alex. I mean, it's always fun. And it looks like Bob is got his first interview here.
Thanks, Bruce. Thanks, Alex. We are here with Jamel Williams, and we have been looking and waiting for the opportunity to talk to you all year long. You've done a terrific job as the nose guard up front in a three-man front, and I want to start by asking you about that. What has it been like switching to a three-man front and everything that means that you need to do in that role?
It's been great, Coach has coached us up in the three-man in a great way, The four-man, it was great, but I'm good with the three-man too, even though I catch the double teams, I'm ready to sacrifice for my teammates, put it all on the line out there for them. I'm fine with that.
And now we got to talk about your offensive prowess as well. Come on, man, that T formation where you've been laying the blocks all year long. This time you get rewarded twice, and you stand up in the end zone, walk-in touchdown. How did that feel?
It felt great, man. We've been working on it for weeks, since maybe week 3, We've been working on it for a very long time. I've been waiting to get in the end zone, do my celebration, It felt great. Jeez.
I got to ask you about that because there's going to be people seeing that. What is the cheese? Come on now.
Cheese, it represents like money, like time to get that money. Now we got that money. Cheese, 30 cheese, yep. That's the play call, 30 cheese.
So you guys are unbeaten. You got one more game. You go undefeated if you win next week. You win a Catholic League title if you win next week. What has this been like to this point, and what will next week be like?
It's been a great journey up to this point. Hard work, a bunch of hard work. It's paid off, as you can tell. It feels great. from 2 seasons of being mediocre to a season of being great. I feel great this season. And what was your last question? I'm sorry.
That's it. Basically, what's next week going to be like, man?
Next week, we're going to be prepared for Roman, you know. We're ready to put up a fight. These guys beat us 2 years in a row. Now it's time to show them what's coming. How LaSalle has transformed in the last 2 years. Yep, we're ready now.
Well, your guys are waiting for you over there, so we'll let you get to that.
Sir.
Thanks for doing this. There they go. They're loving it over there. And let's get John Patrick Oates with us here. Terrific game, terrific season to this point. We've been looking for a time to make sure we could talk with you before the year's end. I want to talk about your position change. I want to talk about what you've been able to do, running routes, catching balls, and being that option for Gavin Sidwar at the quarterback position.
Yeah, it feels good. Coach Gordon got me right this year, changing my position. Tight end's a fun position. I like it a lot, especially to Gavin. He's been teaching me up at tight end, so it's been fun messing with the guys and getting the catches in. Yep.
And everybody I talk to, they talk about how much fun this season is, and not that last year wasn't or previous years haven't been, but I was wondering if you could highlight the difference for us.
I would just say the coaching staff, and we're just like enjoying, like we're just having fun out there. Of course, we're winning, but like the main part of it, I think, is having fun. The guys are more together this year. We're making plays across the board and just having fun. That's what I would say. Yeah.
Next week, Roman Catholic. I mean, they've gotten you a few times in a row here. There's a possibility, based on what they do tonight, that they're playing for a Catholic League title when they come in here next weekend as well. What will that be like?
It'll be tough. Roman's always a tough team to play against, but we just got to prepare this week, work hard in practice, and, yeah, I think we'll come out with a dub again.
JP Oates, thanks for doing this. We appreciate the time.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thanks to JP Oates. Thanks to Jamel Williams. I think our guy Brett Gordon might be headed for the exit, so we missed him this time. We won't let him get away with it next week. Bruce, Alex, thanks for everything you guys did. Oliver, same to you as well. We'll send it back up top.
All right, Bob, thanks so much. Bruce Bailey, Alex Chechuk with us here. And I'll tell you what, just another great effort by this LaSalle team, and great the opportunity that we had being able to, talk with those fine young men.
Yeah, Bruce, and just ending it on this note, just a great exhibition here from both teams, from LaSalle and Father Judge, both historic PCL teams, and an historic matchup. And just want to say thank you to everybody for tuning in to the stream and checking out the game, and we'll see you next time here at Bob Long Sports.